welcome to the final race then of SRL Season 6. We've got 16 drivers today, made up of all three tiers actually, mostly tier 1 obviously. That's what we're showing you, as we have McLaren already heading out. Is that Lanzi or Connor? It's Connor, so Connor heading out nice and early. But Trocker, the champion already. He's been crowned that last race. It's been a great season from him. No mistakes all season, and in the end he's done well as getting a bit close to bonus. He's going a bit straight on here. Anyway, let me get everything set up. So full track map. We'll have the tyre as well. The Trocker won the championship. Mercedes also already won the championship. Even if Aston Martin would have full 55 points this weekend, or however many you can get most, I keep on getting it wrong. Even with that, Mercedes are still going to win. And with the faceplant error not being able to make the final race, it does make Trocker champion. And here we go. Here's Trocker with the donuts then. And he's put it in the wall. Trocker celebrating, acknowledging what a season it's been from him, with a win of the championship. And I think after this he'll have to come into the pits for another set of soft tyres, because these are going to be shredded. What's happening here? Is everyone else doing it as well? are we all having some donuts here? Right, this is great. Who else has joined him? Is that Farico's there? Also a Mercedes driver. Rock's there. He's not a Mercedes driver. Don't know what he's doing there. Don't know why he's celebrating. He hasn't done anything. Yeah, it's been a dominant season from Mercedes this year. No one's got near them, winning all three drivers' championships, almost all three constructors' championships. Only tier 3, I think, that didn't quite win it. But I will Trocker go for a lap on these tyres that are probably 120 degrees. No, he's not. He's going to come in. Anyway, on with the race. As we've experienced Trocker doing some donuts, which is great. Anyway, on with Havoc Connor. How can he fare out this time? Just recently raced, unfortunately. Oh no, raced tier 3. Unfortunately, put it in the wall, but trying to get his revenge in tier 1 here. Obviously, it's purple with a sector from him. We'll see what lap time he can post to see if he can challenge the tier 1 guys. Obviously, he'll have the experience around here to be able to know what to do as his team without a front wing already. I think he's on his outlap as well. But anyway, Connor rounds the final corner. What can he do? And it's a 137.2 from him. Further back, we've got Mercedes coming through the final corner. Who is that? That's Sten. Sten is going on to his lap. Meanwhile, Bowen-S goes first with a 135.7. Good luck from him. Hammer about to cross the line. He goes P2 with a 137 flat on the medium tyres as well. Is behind. No Jug, no problem with front wing. It sort of goes against his name. Next up will be a Ferrari, which will be SF Rock, who's invalidated his lap time and spinning out. Almost getting in the way of Michael, who will be the next to finish his lap. So we'll see how can his lap compare to Bowen-S. Can he get ahead of him? Currently a 135.7. Can he get any near? As I keep on clicking the wrong buttons. I'm trying to find the right thing. Through the final corner, what can he do? As he comes up to the line, Michael goes P2 and Aston Martin behind of Jan goes fastest though with a 35.4, so Jan pops up there. David 2 tenths behind with a 35.6. Ferrari behind, that'll be Queener. starting his lap, as that is Lanzi coming into the pits. So we got a bit of a breather. As Oat, he's out there. Connor, has he gone for another lap? He's 4 tenths down. I don't think he'll be able to go for another lap here. We'll see. Does he come into the pits? Who's he got behind him though? It's a Mercedes of Sten, I think. Yes, it is Sten. Sten, what can he do as he crosses the line? Can he challenge first? Yes, he can. It's a 1:35.4 as well for him. So narrowly quicker than Jan, as he just pips him up to the line. Next up, we have Hammer, who slightly improves by 3 tenths here. Good lap from him. Queen is starting his lap. We have Haas behind, spinning out. That is Bowen-S, causing yellow flags. He was slightly quicker, but he's invalidated his lap time. Yeah, trucker, I did enjoy those. It was quite busy. It's the fact that everyone else did. Acknowledging greatness. Acknowledging greatness. Anyway, Oat, I think, is the next person to cross the line. No, it's not. It's going to be his teammate. Toby, who's invalidated his lap. Jan has invalidated his lap. So that means next will be Oat then, in that case. No, it won't. It'll be a Williams driver. Oh god, I'm trying to find his drivers. It'll be David, who is not on a quick lap currently. So it will be Oat. I'm going to be watching as that's Norge going off track on his out lap, so he's probably getting out of the way of people. But what can Oat do? Also a tier 3 driver alongside Connor and Hammer. Hammer winning it earlier in tier 3. But what can Oat do as he comes across the line, and it's going to be a 1:37 flat to put in P7. Is behind Sten. Is he on another lap, or is he coming into pits? He's peeling into the pits. We have no problem just in front of Norge, I believe. Yep, it's Norge. They're both starting their laps. Queener, what can Queener do as he comes around the final corner and crosses the line? It's going to be P6 with a 1:36.364, and Aston Martin close behind. Who's that? That is Hammer coming into the pits. So Queener gets himself up to P6, but it's still Sten out in front. SF Rock on his outlap currently. Lanzi also on his outlap, so we've got Farico on his outlap. The Alpine behind him is on his outlap, so who do I watch, right? So that's Oats there. We've got Mercedes outlap. No joke, no problem. He's possibly on a lap here. As he is on a lap here. So hopefully everyone will get out of his way as he comes down one of the back straights now. Yellow flag in sector 3. That is for a McLaren at the final corner. It's a 58.582 through the middle sector for him. Let's go through the chicane now. Uses side, runs it out and wide and just avoiding the curb though. He's got a Alpine ahead who will get out of the way, going off the track, and another car ahead. It's going to be quite infested with cars here as he's trying to avoid him. People trying to get out of the way here. The car ahead, well, I can't quite see who it is. It's possibly on a lap here actually. I think he's starting his lap. I think it's El Trocker. But here comes no joke, no problem. It's a 36.364. I've read that wrong. It's a 36.614 for him. As he crosses the line, that puts him P8 just behind Queener. As Queener is going to come into the pits, and Queener's binned it coming into the pits. And not a fine move there from Queener. He won't be enjoying watching that one back. So a mistake from him there. Anyway, crossing the line, that is still Queener's car. We have, is it Michael? No, started his lap and invalidated straight away. That means it's David about to start his lap with a Bowen-S right behind him here. Bowen-S might get blocked by him on this lap. As we have a Ferrari, so Queener's teammate, SF Rock, is about to cross the line. What can he do at its fastest with a 1:35.4, narrowly quicker there as Lanzi goes even quicker with a 1:35 flat. 4 tenths clear of Rock there. What a lap from Lanzi that was. Well, Rock had fastest lap for a couple of seconds there, but Lanzi takes it back and is on pole here for the time being, because there's someone else doing. Rishi now is at it. Rishi's now at it doing donuts. Tier 3 champion. Why not? Why not? As he's celebrating, as I need to get back on board with some of the Mercedes. As here comes Trucker, and he goes even quicker than Lanzi there. The 135 flat also, but just narrowly edging him out as Farico crossing the line. The other champion, we've got 3 champions in this race here. Quite difficult to keep up with them all. That's not Rishi coming into the pits. Who's that? I can't tell. No Jug, no problem has retired. It will be an Alpine of Michael, who is gonna... He's had a recharge lap and he's going to go for it again. As we look further down the order, it's not Norge, it's Rishi, who's just been doing donuts, so don't expect him to stay out and do another lap. As David is going to cross the line now. He will finish this lap. He's got Bowness right behind him. Crosses the line and it's P3 for David. Bowness going narrowly quicker with a 135.1. So Bowness goes a 10th quicker. As now we have Rock. Rock goes even quicker, and he will hold on to that first for a bit longer this time. And it's a 134.8, 2 tenths clear of El Troca as Lanzi peels into the pits. And we look further down the order, and it's Hammer who's on a lap, 3.5 tenths up. But a good lap from Rock there. Gets him the first by 2 tenths, just over, as that's a mistake there from Hammer on the power too early. Back end steps out on him, is up to the line. What can he do? 36.7 it was, it's a 36.3 from him now, as he slots in narrowly behind Queener. As Trocker has backed off his lap, so we have Farico, that was Farico, who crosses the line, and that's P8 for Farico. Narrowly behind Jan. So that's a good lap from him. I think Farico's coming into the pits or starting his lap, as we have... That's not David. Who is it then? Oh, it's... Oh, actually, opening his lap has dropped it on the inside there. So that was close to him bimming it, as... Here we go, Toby. Michael. Okay, no, I've just said 2 different names there. Michael crosses line. P9 for the 135.7. Only 2 tenths behind us. We have a Red Bull crossing the line. Where's the other Red Bull? We don't have another Red Bull. That might have been Rehad coming into the pits there, actually. Yeah, I think it was Rehad coming into the pits. As we have a Haas, and a Bowness has spun on the inside. I would like to see that incident. But he's possibly crashed into the pit lane as well there. Which is interesting. We'll see on board of Rock, who seems to have run out of fuel, I think. Yeah, Bowness has gone into the wall here, I think. Unless he's the other side of the wall, can't quite see. As Jan starting his lap, Hammer coming into the pits now. He's going to put on a new set. Rico has invalidated his lap. Michael behind his teammate, who's not on a lap. We have Rishi, who's not on a lap, so no one on a lap currently. So instead we're going to go watch Jan on board with him on a lap, as he's got someone coming out the pit lane, and that's a huge snap coming out of turn 1. That'll have cost him a couple of tenths there, and he backs out of it. So not happy with the start of that lap. Lanzi on an out lap, as that's Jan going across the track there. Behind who have we got starting their lap? So I don't think we've got anyone on a lap yet. Jan's backed out of it. We only have 4 people out, so it's going to be on board with Rishi. There we go. Let's get rid of absolutely everything and have a lap on board with him. What can Rishi do then? Tier 3 champion. What can he do on this lap? As he pulls over to the right hand side, uses the curb on the left hand side, hits the curb there, runs a little bit wide. Was that invalidation? No, it wasn't. He's still with it. avoiding the curb there, and as he drops the car and he's gone, and he hits the rear against the wall, thankfully. No damage done in the end. But that was a crash for Rishi through turn 3, where so many people have crashed. It seems to be death corner at the moment, because we're going to go on board then with Jan and see what he can do as he exits the corner up to the line to start his lap. What can he do? Exits the first corner. He's run a bit wide though, and he's going to have track limits. That's his lap over. Is Sten starting his lap? Who else is on a lap? Michael isn't. David isn't. Who's that? Who's that light blue guy then that's on a lap? I can see. Who is it? I can't find it. Oh, it was Toby. Okay, so Toby isn't on it, so on board with Sten then. What can Sten do? Currently 6 tenths off pole position, which is actually... Is that Rock on... Was that Rock? Did Rock set that lap time on mediums? Have I missed that? No, okay. So Rock's chancing it on mediums here, seeing if he can go any quicker. On the medium tyres, so Sten heavy braking. At the end of the long straight, couple of lock-ups. As he tries to slow the car down. On exit, opens the DRS now. As he comes to the end of the first sector. Second sector, not first sector. Second sector. What can he do? As he brakes in, and it's 4.5 tenths up. This is looking like a good lap from Sten here. If he can complete this lap well, he could have pole here. As he's locking up though, quite a couple of times through these corners. Breaking into this awkward right-hander, it's really easy to lock up the car. Through there again, locking up through there as I've accidentally knocked the controller. But still 4.5 tenths. Jan gets out the way on the left-hand side. Can Sten beat Rock to pole here as he comes across the line? Got 40 seconds of the session yet left. He comes up to the line. What's it going to be? And it is going to be a 34.8. Sten takes provisional pole here. Ahead for Rock. We've got some drivers behind. That is Michael starting his lap. Lanzi up to the line. No improvement though. Trocker getting ready to start his lap. Can he take pole away from his teammate here? I don't think Rock's going to improve here, having gone out on those medium tyres. Oates starts his lap. Rishi is on a lap here. However, it's not Rishi that's going to be the next to cross the line. It's going to be Hammer, who's a tenth and a half up. Can he get inside the top 10 here? Norge, Federico and Jan have all completed their qualifying. Same with Rihad. But as Hammer rounds the final corner, what can he do up to the line? And it's P9. P9 for Hammer. What a lap there from the tier 3 driver. That's a great lap from him there. Rishi, what can he do? Tier 3 champion. Can he beat? No, he can't. It's only P13. Connor, what can he do? It's only P... He's last of all the finishers here. Toby with a purple middle sector here. I keep calling him Toby. I mean Michael. As David goes P3. Just beating Trocker there. That's a good lap from him. SF Rock's bend his lap. Not bend it. Put his lap away. He's not finishing that. And now attention turns to Sten. How's Sten doing? No, he's not going to improve. So who's next? It's going to be Michael. Michael's dropped it though. Michael's dropped his fastest lap. It looked like a perfect lap from him. He went purple in the middle sector and he's just blown it at the end there. Michael needed that lap. He's now going to be starting down in P10, and Lanzi drops it out the final corner. That's our lap over. Can Trocker do anything? Because he comes up to the line. Yes, he can. And Trocker takes pole. For now anyway. Unless Oates, can he do anything here? As it comes up to the line and it's not going to be good enough. It's P15. And it's a Mercedes 1-2. Who would have guessed it? At the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's Trocker, the champion on pole. Sten in P2. SF Rock P3. David P4. Lanzi P5. Bowen-S retired in P6. I didn't quite get the rest of the order in my head. But it's going to be Trocker on pole for the final race here. He will take that extra point as well. So yeah, 2/10. Trocker takes pole. It's a good lap from him. So Sten P2, Rock P3, David P4, Lanzi P5, Baroness P6, Jan P7, Farico P8, Hammer P9, Michael P10, Norge P11, Queener 12, Rishi 13, Jug 14, Oat 15, Connor 16 and Rehad 17 without a lap. Great quali there, some great laps actually. Trucker managing to pull it out at the end. Michael looked like he could have taken it, but he just dropped it coming out of one of the corners towards the end of the lap as well. He was 4.5 tenths up on his own lap. Could it have been enough? I don't know. It certainly would have boosted him up the order, as now he's starting a bit further down than he would like. As he is currently sat, if I'm right, yeah, Michael's sat in P3 currently in the championship. P3 still to fight for here. Only 5 points ahead of Lanzi, and then Rock a further 11 points behind Lanzi. So P3 still up for grabs between them, but we'll see what happens. Be interesting to see the tyre choice outside the top 10. Obviously within the top 10, no tyre choice allowed. But it's the two Mercedes drivers out in front. As we look for the tyres, Michael obviously P10 having to start on the soft tyres. Norge, Queener, Jug, Oat, Connor and Rehad all going for medium tyres. Rishi going for the soft tyres though, the only person outside the top 10 to start on soft tyres. So we'll see what he can do off the line. Might be able to get the good start and pick off a few of the people ahead. It's going to be Trocker leading Sten. It's going to be the war between the two Mercedes here possibly, unless Rock can ruin the party and join in. But we'll see. David behind Lanzi, then Baroness. Any of these drivers could win this race. It's so tight at the front. You just don't know what's going to happen. 17 drivers on the grid, sorry. So it's a high possibility. We've seen many safety cars in the previous races. I think 3 possibly in both of them. So the chance of a safety car is incredibly high. But we'll see what happens. As a predicted strategy, soft mediums. But obviously, like I said, with the safety cars, it could be anything. As they pull up to the grid now. Is Trocker leading the way? Can he get a good start and keep Sten behind him? But here we go. How will the strategies work out? Is it the right idea to start on the mediums? Or should it have been the soft tyres? All the cars are lined up on the grid. Five lights are on. They held on for a long time. It's been a bad start from the Ferrari of SF Rock, but a great start from Sten. He's going to take the lead into turn 1 here. As Trocker didn't get off the... David and Lanzi going side by side through turn 1 into turn 2 as well, but they're all through cleanly at the moment. No drivers off. You'll see through turn 3 as Jan travelling to go offside, and that's Baroness into the wall, and Baroness is out of the race. on the exit of turn 3. Is that going to be a safety car? I would have thought so. But no safety car is out yet. So, what can Trucker do? Can he try and make a move done? Into here, but Bauer and S crashing on the exit of turn 3 as they all make their way down into the heavy braking zone. Anyone going to dare to go for a move here, as we've got some cars close behind us. Oat going to the inside, trying to make the move, but in the end it's going to be Queeno actually getting the move done already outside of Farico. What a move there. There's now Rishi and Oates gone into the wall, and Oates out now. So 2 retirements on this opening lap. Are we going to see a safety car? No, we're not. Still no safety cars out. That's Rishi and make contact, and Oat ends up flying into the left wall as now. That's Hammer getting passed by Michael. Rishi very close onto the back of Farico here. Can he do anything into this braking zone? No, he's going to spin. Is he going to keep it out the wall? Yes, he is just about. But that spin's going to send him to the back of the pack now. And he's going to have to work his way back up to the front. Meanwhile, it's Sten out in the lead. He had a great start compared to Trucker. And he leads the way with fastest lappers. Queen are getting past Farico. Farico's into the pits. So Farico moves into the pits, so does Norge. So that's going to be for wing damage. We'll just check to make sure what tyres they're going to. For Farico, the tyre choice is softs, medium, sorry. It's Queener. Queener's gone on the exit of turn 2 actually, as now we have a virtual safety car. That's going to be good for these two as they start to come out the pits. But we have a VSC here. And now Queener seems to just drop it on the exit turn 2, see whether we can go on board of Norge. It won't let me go on board with him. A bit late now. But Queener dropped it on the exit of turn 2, and yet again Queener scores a safety car. He's done that twice. But we'll see when the virtual safety car ends who's going to get the jump on who here. As we're underway, and Sten makes a mistake on the end of the virtual safety car, and L-Truck is going to be all over him here. Into the braking zone we go. Trucker is right with his teammate here. And if he can stay within him. As Sten makes another mistake, his tyres are not warmed up here. And all of a sudden, okay, we're ghosting. So now it's just an outright pace test. Who's going to be better between these two on pace? As finally they don't ghost, and it's Trucker who takes it. So Trucker ahead of Sten now. As Sten made 2 mistakes there on exit. His tyres just weren't warmed up one bit. And now it's Trucker who leads this race. Meanwhile, Jan getting close to the back of David here. As in fact, here comes Jug around the outside. Is he going to go for it around the outside? Yes, he does. Does he get the move done? Yes, he does. What a move from Jug. Around the outside, through that chicane. And that's a good move from him. Meanwhile, Trucker holding on from Sten. So not catching enough down the straight in the end to get the move done. However, Trucker going slightly defensive here. There's a switchback, and on the power, can he do DRS? Will be activated, and surely Sten will have the overspeed here. He's going to go for the move. Trucker's not using any of his ERS. Sten goes around the outside. Trucker breaks later though as they go side by side. Sten has to back out of it in the end as Trucker has the road. As we have more yellow flags, and that is for Jug after making the great move. He's found himself spinning, and he drops down to P12 with his teammate just behind him as well, so it's not a great day for Alfa Romeo. But Sten went for the move on Trucker, but Trucker defended well. But look at this, the top 7 all within a second of the car ahead. As they're around the final corner, can Sten get close enough to Trucker to try and make a move? As the fastest laps are flying in, it's Michael who gets the last of them. Still faster laps as the race develops. As the track rubbers in and you lose fuel load, the laps are just going to keep on coming quicker. But with DRS, Trucker's going to be vulnerable down the straight. As we have more yellow flags, and that is for Rishi. Rishi's crashed now at turn 2. Are we going to see a safety car because of that? I don't think we will. As Norge now sets fastest lap. Sten is quite far back to go for a move here into this corner. As breaks into the corner, he's just going to be patient here. He's going to wait for the next opportunity. David's waiting to pounce if these two make a mistake whilst going side by side. Sten, will he do the same as last time? He's not using his ERS, neither's Trucker. And I don't think he's wanting to go for the move here. I think Sten's just going to hold on for now. So these two Mercedes going to work together to try and pull away here from David. Meanwhile, Rehad and Connor going side by side. Connor gets overtaken by Rehad as he just has too much overspeed down that straight, and Rehad moves up to P9. It's been a good start from him as we're going to have a look at the starts. Yeah, 8 positions for Rehad. Connor also with 6 positions from the start. Jan moves up 3, David moves up 1. SF Rock, it's not been an ideal start from him. He's dropped down 3 positions. Michael up 3, Hammer up 1, and Jug up 3, and then Farico down 4, and Norge down 2. It's not been good starts from them with front wing damage on the first lap. Hammer's doing a good job out there. He'll try and close that gap into Michael, see if he can get with trainers. They're going to be holding each other up as Jan is close to David here. Only 2/10 between the two of them. However, it's not close enough to go for a move as of yet. Sten trying to set himself up for an overtake on Trocker here, but he's, whether he went deep there, the gap's now 8/10 through there as Jan is close to David here. So what can Jan do against David here? But David with the fastest straight line speed, so David will hold on for now. But now look at how much Sten has closed in though. The gap was 9/10 as they left that exit, and now he's drawn it back down to 4/10 again. Is he going to go for it this time? Trocker's using his ERS, so Sten. Does Sten go for it? No, he's going to hang behind for now. Doesn't want to do anything silly as they're all sitting behind each other. No one going for anything stupid as we're 5 laps into this race, 6th of the way through. In the group, he'll want to be looking after this tyre wear as best as he can, but Sten's just going to be sitting in his DRS, saving ERS. A lot of these guys, high percentages of ERS. Look at that, Rock with 95% ERS. Michael dropping off the back a little bit here, as he seems to have possibly made a little bit of a mistake. Or has he got front wing damage? He seems to be struggling a lot through that corner. I think he's alright. He'll want to close that gap down again as, look at this David, close to Sten. But Sten just drops off a little bit here, so Sten possibly with a mistake. And as he exits the corner, the back end steps out and he has to back out of it. He's going to get DRS, but he's not going to get a chance at Trocker here. But here comes David, looking to possibly go for the move. Does he go for the move around the outside? No, he doesn't. Sten brakes later. Although he could set himself up for a nice overtake here on the exit. But Sten with a good exit though. We'll pull away for now, but David closing that gap in. Is he going to go for the move here? As Sten blocks the inside, David tries to go around the outside. That's not quite going to work, and he backs out of it. In the end, as Rock and Lanzi going side by side through there, that's very tight, and Rock has to back out in the end to avoid the collision. That's going to bring Michael straight back into play as Lanzi now drops off the back of Jan. Oh, and on exit, Jan's struggling to put the power down. As we have Norge and Farico going side by side. Who's going to come out on this battle? Norge trying to go around the outside, and he's going to get the move done as well there. Farico backing it out. And these two, not long ago, fighting for the championship in Tier 2, and now they're fighting it out in track as we have Toby into the pits. So, Michael making the first pit stop. And he's going to put on the medium, so he's the first one to come in, and that could be interesting as we have yellow flags here. It's on the exit and it's Jan. So Jan's spun on the exit of turn 3. However, he's going to be back into it. He's got to look after those tyres though, because they will be warm. And he's got Rehad right behind him, as now we have another spinner. And it's Farico. So Farico, has he lost front? I think he's lost his front wing as well. Was there a collision between him and Norge? But that's a long way back to the pits for him, as now he's going to struggle. Meanwhile, out in front, Sten's further back from Trocker this time. Sten seems to have used a lot more ERS recently. Is he starting to struggle on those tyres? As Lanzi just about had DRS then. But Rehad now close to Jan as FSF Rock with his first time penalty. Him and Norge currently the two missed time penalties. Rock pushing the limit on the exit there. Now, is anyone going to come into the pits this time? As there you go, Trocker into the pits then. That means Sten has to stay out, David stays out, Lanzi and Rock, all of them staying out. Hammer comes into the pits though, so it's Hammer and Trocker into the pits, so let's see how good Michael's progress has been, because if he's put his foot down enough, he could be challenging here. There's Jan also into the pits, so the Aston Martin's double stacking here, and this isn't going to work out great for them, and Jan is being blocked by his teammate, which is slightly awkward there. As now we see how good has Michael done. Has his outlap been good enough to get Trocker? I don't think it's going to be, as Trocker's just come out behind Connor here, and Trocker will want to get past him as soon as possible. As meanwhile out at front, David, is he going to go for a move here? Not quite, as Trocker does already get past Connor, so he's already got the move done before the straight. But it's a good exit from David here. And Sten's, he's got nothing to fight with except for his ERS, which he's got almost none of. And into the braking zone they go. Sten trying to hold it down the inside, and David leaves in the room, and David with a good move in the end. But Sten is still going to be there. No, he's not. Sten has to back out of it. Now Lanzi trying to go for the move, can't, and now it's going to give Rock the opportunity to get it on Lanzi. Rock trying to go around the outside, but that's not quite going to work, as Lanzi was going to shut the door there. So David into first place here, and we'll see who's going to come into the pits, as that's another mistake from Sten, and Rock is Lanzi's right on the back, but David not in. But we have Sten into the pits. So has Trocker done enough to keep his lead against Sten, as they were battling? So I think Trocker might have it. How's Toby, I keep calling him Toby, Michael, gonna do against Connor though? As we have, and that's Rehad. Rehad's in the wall on the right hand side. That's gonna be a loss of front wing for him, as Sten coming out now. Sten could be behind Michael here and Connor, as we see, where is he? And yeah, so Sten behind Michael. Michael making the earlier pit stop is now ahead of Sten, but he needs to get past Connor as soon as he can. But surely with the straight now, as Connor actually goes a bit wide through there, and now surely Sten just Michael makes a move. Easy there as Norge now on the exit of turn 3, and Norge, it's a safety car. So this gives David, Lanzi and Rock all the opportunity to come into the pits and possibly still come out ahead of Trocker here. It all depends what happens when they come into the pits. I think they could get him here. So for Sten, Michael and Trocker, this might not be good for them. Also for Hammer and Jan, as I saw they came in. But yeah, Trocker, Michael, Sten, Hammer, Jan and Farico, all of them making pit stops already now. Everyone's going to get a free pit stop under safety car here. As they come into the pits, how's Trocker? Is Trucker going to still be in the... As we see under pit stops, Lanzi ahead of Rock. David is ahead. And there goes Trucker. So Trucker has made it out ahead of these guys. Michael's going to be close here. As they come out of the pits, Michael's going to be flooring it. Who's going to be ahead? And Michael and Rock go side by side out the pit lane. Who came out ahead there? It was Rock, just about. So Michael, having come in early, no progress has been gained by him. Meanwhile, Connor staying out on those medium tyres. He's looking to go long on this set, which could be a smart idea. Maybe trying the one stop. But Sten, fighting for the lead, is now down in P7. He's lost a lot of time because of the safety car. But now Trucker got David, Lanzi and Rock behind it, along with Michael, Connor though on the old tyres, as David hitting the curb on the inside a bit too much there. But Connor on those old tyres, how quick is he going to be compared to everyone else? He's the only one who stayed out there on old tyres, who's yet to make a pit stop. Safety car is staying out for one more lap after this, allowing Farico, Rihad, Jan and Jug to catch up to the pack. There's Farico, the other side of the track at the moment. We'll need to catch up, make sure he catches up quickly. Jug actually the only driver on soft tyres at the moment, so he should be quick at the end of the safety car. But I would expect the lights on the safety car to go out, and yes they do. So now it's El Trocker's job just to manage the pace now. How slow do you want to go? It's definitely, when I was racing in Tier 2, it's definitely difficult to get tyre temperature into your tyres when you're going this slowly, especially your rears, and that's exactly what you need. Otherwise someone is just going to spin on the exit of turn 3. I hope I haven't just cursed that. There's someone going off actually in the background. Is that Rihad? Rihad going off for some reason. That promotes Farico to P11 actually. Just interesting. But when will Trucker go? Is he going to go early or is he going to go late as a safety car about to peel into the pit, meaning he can go whenever he wants? So you go, safety car into the pits. Trucker's going to go early, yes he is, as David seemed to be just too far behind. He was start napping. And as soon as you see that, you knew Trocker was going to go. And there you go, he's already got almost got a second. Lanzi already onto the back. As we have Sten. Sten again has spun. So Sten on the exit, or is that even the exit? I don't think that's the exit. I don't think he made it to the corner. He's already spun. As meanwhile, Farico going side by side with Jan. This battle between Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin is now Farico and Jan going side by side. Jan gets the place up into P9 in the end. There's Hammer right behind Connor, and it's Connor who's holding all these guys up on these 11 up old mediums. 3 seconds he's already dropped to Michael ahead. And on exit, surely Hammer is going to get the move done. As we come down the straight, Hammer not much of an overspeed, even with the slipstream, but to the inside he goes, braking later as well, and Connor's not going to be able to fight it. Maybe with a switchback as they get close to Connor and Jug, but on exit it's just not going to be good enough. And now surely Jug can get the move done here. On the soft tyres, it's 1 lap old soft tyres versus 11 lap old mediums. Around the outside, can he do it? And Connor has to brake early, and what a move from Jug around the outside. It's a great move by him. There's Farico and Jan still going side by side. Farico trying to find a way to get past. But Sten trying to recover, sometimes still there, but Farico, can he get past? As Jan trying to find a way past Connor down the inside, gets the move done. Connor leaves the room but has a mistake, and that's going to allow Farico. And Connor, he's only got one car that he needs to let through left for the time being, and that's Rehad. As Rehad sets himself up for the corner, tries to switch back, get a good exit. As Connor with 3 seconds time penalty now. Meanwhile, Rock close with Lanzi. Lanzi hasn't got DRS, and Connor already loses the position to Rehad now. Sten will be closing in behind. David almost a second behind Trocker. We'll monitor the gap on that, but Rock 5/10 away from Lanzi. I don't think he's going to be able to get the move done quite yet into the braking zone. Drug, he's not going to be able to get the move done, however, on those soft tyres you'd think he should be able to challenge for the move. As on exit he's not quite going to have the straight line speed. Now it's Sten behind Connor. He's going to want to get this move done as quick as he can. As to the inside he goes, and he's gone for it down the inside, and there's Clash as Connor clips the wheel of Sten. I don't think Connor was expecting the dive from Sten. As Sten goes for the move down the inside, Connor, I think, tried to back out of it, and then around the outside just got stuck on Sten's wheel, and in the end Sten again ends up round. So Sten needs to catch that time back up, as I'm losing where I am. So Jug, look how close Jug is to Hammer already. He's definitely going to be challenging for the move. However, can David get a good exit on Trocker here? As on exit, the gap's closing a lot. David, I think, has a very low downforce setup, and I thought he was going to go for it then, but Trocker will keep out breakers. Here comes Jug around the outside. Break corner. But it's going to be Hammer who defends. Still on the inside though with Juggers for the lead. David around the outside of Trocker gets the moves done, and David moves up into P1. Rock around the outside of Lanzi, and Rock gets the move done as well around the outside. So good moves there as Jug doesn't get the move done. However, it's a 2 Aston, it's 3 wide, and that doesn't go well. And I don't know quite who up with some front wing damage. I think it might be Hammer maybe with front wing damage there. I'm not quite sure. But they try going 3 wide it looked like, and that was never going to work through that chicane as well. as Sten will have round 2 against Connor sometime soon. But look how close Trocker is. Just now Rehad on the back of this, but here comes Jug. Once again we have Aston Martin versus Alfa Romeo versus Rehad. But look how close Jug is. Such is the grip difference between these two. Is he going to go for the move? Hammer feels the need to go slightly defensive there. And look how close these guys are following each other. As can Jug set himself up on the exit. He's going to put the power down, and it's a good exit from him, or is it? It's not a great exit. As meanwhile Michael getting past Michael. All of a sudden I didn't pick up that he got past Lanzi. Now he's getting past Rock. However, Rock's going to try to get the move to Sten. Has finally got past. As Hammer down the inside of Jan, going side by side once again. As meanwhile the two Alfa Romeos going side by side as well. As Rock gets back past Toby, and now Lanzi going around the outside as well. Lanzi gets the move done as well. As Farico moves up into P6, Hammer trying to defend. As Jug trying to go 3 wide again, almost through there. And I think Jan almost spinning out there. Rehab's just watching this all happen in front of him. He'll be picking up the pieces after, I'm sure. But it's Farico who comes out on top of that battle. Jug still on those soft. Not able to find a move as of yet. But Michael, I didn't really pick up that he was on the back of these two. Made the move on Lanzi, made the move on Rock. But then they got past him, and he seems at the back of this. Again, as Jan with another time penalty, as Rehad actually gets past Jan. So Rehad with the move as Hammer into the pits. It's that front wing damage. It could be, as Connor still out there on those medium tyres. He's trying to make the one stop work for sure. That is for front wing damage though for Hammer. So they've collided somewhere through there, as Rico managing to pull away from those guys. As Trocker looking for the move on David as he goes down the inside. Is he going to get the move done? Breaks later, as we have something happening to Jug in the background. Jug's round. So Jug, something's happened to Jug, and he's round as David with a great exit. And he's going to go around the outside, and is he going to get the move done before the braking zone? Yes, he is. So David retakes the lead. And Trocker will just have to sit behind again for now. See what he can do. Meanwhile, Michael, very close to Lanzi. But he can't quite get the move done. Just these three running close together. If they want to catch up to Trocker and David, they've got to work together. As everyone on a similar strategy. Obviously Trocker with 2 lap older mediums to most other people. Michael also with 3 lap older tyres, and so is Farico. But Trocker needs to find a way back past David. Or will he just sit behind for now? ERS wise, Trocker does have more. Let's look at that Lanzi, really low on the ERS. Michael's not doing too well on it. Meanwhile, Rock has conserved his ERS throughout this race incredibly well. He's managed to save it all up, and later on in this race is going to come out well. As Jan into the pits. This could be for a set of softs to go to the end, as it's front wing damage again. It's another set of softs. But it's front wing damage for Jan, and it's going to be close to see where he comes with Hammer, as Connor finally makes his pit stop onto the soft tyres. However, I think he might not be able to get much else in this race, as Hammer is going to be ahead of his teammate here for that position. As David, now Trocker finds a way through, but David again is just going to get back past around the outside and before the braking zone. So Trocker once again not able to find a proper way through, and he's probably going to have to try change some of his tactics to try and get the move early. As Lanzi dropping off the back of Rock here, as Rock's catching up. So Rock's trying to come back into this race with a 3-second time penalty, along with now Lanzi, who just gets a 3-second. Farico, Jug, Jan and Connor also with 3-second time penalties. So they'll be but yeah, Rock with good pace here at the moment. He's looking to catch up to this pack. Lansley's not falling too far off the back of Rock. Michael, though, dropping a bit further back off Lansley than he would have liked. Obviously without the 3-second time penalty, which will come into big effect at the end. But Trucker, is he going to try go for the move again for the third time? As we see, he positions his car nicely, trying to get a good exit, so that would say that he's trying to get the move done, although he's a bit further back this time, neither using ERS. And I think El Trucker doesn't want to get the move done, as into the braking zone we go. Yeah, Trucker is waiting this time, so he's waiting, and he's going to get DRS down the next straight, and because David's not going to have it on exit though, and it's a mistake from Trucker on exit though. So he's changed his tactics, but it's still not going to work for Trucker. He's got caught up on one of the curbs, and in the end Trucker is still stuck behind, as that could possibly have been a warning for him there. But no fighting from the two at the front means that Rock's progress has sort of stopped at the moment. Meanwhile, Rehad and Farico catching up to each other. That's a lock-up from Rehad on the front left. But when do these guys make their final pit stops? The softs have typically been going. They started struggling around lap 10, so really, I'd say this lap and next lap we're going to see some activity in the pits. But who will blink first? Is it going to be David or Trucker? Are they going to do the same thing, or will it be different? As that's Michael into the pit, so Michael once again. It didn't work out for him last time, but that was because we had a safety car. So he's gone for it again. He's sort of hoping that no one else crashes. But if this works, he could possibly jump Lanzi and Rock, as we have Farico and Rehad getting the move done in an unorthodox place as Trucker goes for the move, gets the move done into the braking zone. However, David, surely he's just going to get the switch back and set himself up again. He gets a good exit. And once again, Trucker, he just can't find a way past him. And David is going to hold on to the lead. Nothing Trucker can do there. As Farico back past Rehad, however, can he do the same thing that David's been doing to Trucker this whole time on exit? It's not a good exit though. I don't think he's going to be able to rock with another 3-second time penalty, trying to push to catch up to these guys. But also trying to push to make sure Michael doesn't get the jump. But are we going to see any activity in the pits this time? We saw Michael come in a lap earlier, and I feel these two just need to make sure that they can cover Michael off. As, yep, David not into the pits, so Trucker's going to come into the pits one lap earlier to try and get the move done. Rock and Lanzi both staying out, which is quite interesting actually. I thought we'd see more people coming in of that lap, unless maybe they're trying to go to the end. I mean 18 laps. 18 laps on the medium tyres is a bit of a stretch. Where's Trucker going to come out though compared to Sten here? Or not compared to Sten actually, more compared to Rehad and Farico. It's going to be just ahead of Sten, but it's going to be behind all the others. So Sten, it's been an unfortunate race from Sten. He had such a great qualifying P2, got Trucker off the line and then got an unfortunate safety car, and from then the mistake, he's just made so many mistakes. He was involved in an incident with Connor and it's just not worked out for him, as Rehad and Farico once again battling with each other, as Rehad makes the move. Farico almost going into the back of him as he tries to set himself up through here. He's got to be careful, because Trucker's going to be catching up sometime soon, as we have yellow flags, and that is Jan out of the race. Are we going to see another safety car? We are! And once again, Michael's strategy of coming in early has been ruined, and it's going to ruin Trucker's race. And surely for David, this gives him a free pit stop to come out ahead of Trucker and inherit the lead of the race. As Trucker getting past Rehad, so I think Rehad might have made a mistake, gone off or something. He did that on the formation lap as well, I think. Oh no, he did it last safety car actually. But as all these guys are going to be coming into the pits, where's Lanzi and Rock going to come out compared to Trocker? I think that could be quite close. Especially between Rock and Trocker. All will go onto soft tyres. Lanzi not able to make the jump, obviously on Rock, nowhere near. But Trocker coming around the final corner now. Rock's activated his pit limiter. He might not even get Lanzi here. But as they come out, it's going to be close once again between Truck and Rocker. And who's it going to be as they come out? As they side by side. And it's going to be Trucker, who just about gets it. Trucker just about beats Rock outside the pits once again. For some reason, both of them are close. But Toby, I keep on calling him Toby, Michael. Once again, the strategy to come in early. It's such a good advantage when it works, but when you get safety cars like this, it just ruins the whole point of doing it. And so that's unfortunate for Michael, but he will be close, however. And for Rock, this is probably, in the end, not good for him. There's 6 seconds worth of time penalties, and we haven't got that long left of the race. I think it'll only be 6 laps that we'll have at the end of this race. So for Rock, Lanzi, Farico, Rihad, Connor, Jug, all with time penalties. It's going to be difficult for them, although other drivers could easily get them. But once again, we've got Trocker and David. It's going to be an interesting battle to see who can come out on top between them two. Safety car setting up for another lap. What's happened to David? David stopped on track here. What's happened to him? He seems to have lost a lot of positions. Is he disconnected or something? Something's gone wrong with David here. Because now he's back to David. Something's happened under safety car. And he's now dropped down to P7. There's safety cars in this lap. So something's gone wrong with David. Now as it's Trucker once again leading on the end of the safety car, but David for some reason just dropped down to P7. I'm not quite sure what happened. So that could ruin his chances of winning this race, as Rock going side by side with Trocker, wanting to get the best start. This is actually technically illegal in the racing rules. It was made illegal after Verstappen did it. So technically you shouldn't be doing this, but obviously he wants the best start he can. But as Trocker doesn't go straight away out the corner, and that Rock, but it doesn't. And so Trocker leads Rock here, as Farico already with 3-second time penalties as he gets right up to the back of Michael. But it's Trocker who leads the way, ahead of Rock. And it's a 6-lap shootout to see who can win this race here in Abu Dhabi, as Trocker already with half a second lead ahead of Rock needs to make sure, as he's trying to get rid of the toe from Rock, trying to reduce the slipstream as much as possible, reducing the downforce on the car, as David already trying to set up an overtake here as he goes a little bit wider to give himself a better exit, and he does just that here, and he might fancy a move here on Sten. Let's come into the brake zone. He seems a bit far back though. Does he go for it? He's going to go for it down the inside. As ahead, Farico makes a mistake, but the move from David, in the end he has to back out of it to avoid a collision. So good racing in the end. Sten left him the room. As Farico ahead did make a slight mistake, but Rock with the 6 seconds of penalties, and Lanzi with 3 seconds could leave Michael in for a podium chance here, and even Sten. We could see a double Mercedes podium here, despite Sten currently being down in P6. As long as he can stay within the guys ahead, that's all he needs to do. As we have Chug and Havoc Connor going side by side. And on exit it's going to be Jug though who pulls away. As Rehad close to David now. So David turns attack into defence now. And it's a good run actually here from Rehad. Does he go for the move down the inside? Not quite. Just going to hold on to it for now, as no hammer down the inside of Connor, and Connor losing a lot of places there as he clambers into the inside curb there. But it's going to be nothing at the front. No changes here. But off the back a bit here of Lanzi, which isn't what he wants to do. He wants to stay within that time to make sure that he gets to second place, especially if Trocker gets a time penalty. Everyone's staying in order for now. After this we'll have 4 laps to go to see if Trocker can close out his season with a bang. As he rounds the final corner, Rock 7 tenths behind. DRS will be enabled now, and Rock will need to clear him as soon as he can and try and get the distance on everyone else. However, he's such 7 tenths behind, it was a little bit wide through there for his liking, as Lanzi also with 3 seconds but wants to close that gap, as we have David going around. I think no, it's not David, it's Farico. So Farico's gone round at turn 2 actually, so I think he's dropped it on the inside curb at turn 2 there. So Farico falls to the back of the grid, and that promotes Sten up to P5, David up to P6 as we have more yellow flags, and this time it's Hammer spinning. So Hammer's gone as well now, and that actually promotes Farico back up, as David going for the move on Sten. David gets the move done on Sten, however, can Sten do what David was doing to Trocker all this time? Get the switchback as he uses the curb on the inside though, and that's going to cause a bad exit for him, and Rehad could look to pounce on him, but no, he's not going to, as it's straight line speed as Rock down the inside of Trocker. Trocker trying to switch back, but in the end Rock gets the move done, and now Rock needs to push as much as he can to get that gap. Will Trocker come back and try and get the move back on him? There's two long straights on this track. Easily cause for people to catch up, as that's a mistake from Rock, and Rock's gone round. Rock pushing too much has gone round on the penultimate corner. And that's going to demote him all the way down to P7. So Rock makes a mistake. And now that promotes Lindsay up to P2. Who needs to get ahead of Trucker also to get the 3-second gap. But Michael right behind though. As on exit Lindsay with DRS. The gap's only 5/10 as we go on board. Is Trucker going to defend? Does Lindsay go for the move? Lindsay's just going to hold off for now. Going to be patient, go for it on the next corner. And it's a good exit as well. Surely Trucker's going to be too vulnerable here. As we come down the straight, Lindsay looks a bit further back than possibly before. Goes for the move around the outside. And around the outside, Trucker's just going to hold on though. Position. Lindsay tried to go around the outside, but the move just wasn't on as Trucker had track position. And in the end, Trucker holds on. But that 3-second time penalty in the end currently is going to drop him down to P5. And that'll promote Toby up to P2, David up to P3, and Sten currently only P4. Sten would love to get on the podium here, if possible. 2 laps to go. Yeah, Hammer with another 3-second time. Oh, sorry, first 3-second time penalty actually. That could be quite annoying as Connor 6 seconds ahead with a 6-second time penalty. Trucker seemed to go off the track a little bit there. And Lindsay all over the back of him here. Now on exit, what can he do? He puts Dow down. Opens the DRS. Pulls out to the right hand side. Lindsay trying to go around the outside. Trucker just slots in behind. But once again, are we going to see this move where you just get the person back on exit? Lindsay makes a mistake on the exit as well, and surely Trucker is going to get the move done here. Trucker though, not a great overspeed. It's actually Trucker not using DRS here. Has had DRS. There's no one using DRS there actually. I don't know what's happened with the DRS there. For some reason, no one was using it, whether it was just a visual glitch or what, but Trucker not able to get the move done on Lindsay. And so Lindsay inherits the lead. And with 1 lap to go, can Lindsay get 3 seconds on David? It's currently close. Currently it's 2.4 seconds. Now moving up to 2.5. There's actually, it seems to be a mistake there. Now it's 2.7. So Lindsay fighting for the podium here as Jug gets past Rock here. As Rock, did he make another mistake? But David with a 3-second time penalty. So David's going to lose out on that podium for Lindsay. That is highly likely for a podium unless Sten can get the move done on David here. And Trucker could really do for his teammate if he can help him out. Surely he'd try and battle Lindsay here to try and lose some time. As he opens the DRS, Lindsay not using any ERS, neither of them using any ERS. Trucker backs off though. He's going to be patient as Sten doesn't. Sten makes the move on David. Surely now Sten, that gap's going to be so close, but as Trucker gets the move done. So Lindsay might be playing mind games here just to try and get the DRS here. Trucker is going to try to defend as much as he can, I'd think, for his teammate. It's Trucker to the inside. Lindsay trying to go around the outside. Lindsay is going to try and stick with the move around the outside. Can't though. And Trucker defends as Lindsay with another 3-second time penalty. And that's going to lose Lindsay the podium place. And surely with David getting past Sten though, as Lindsay makes a mistake, Lindsay's out. Lindsay's retired on the left hand side out of the corner there. So Lindsay's gone now on the last lap, which means Sten's going to get the podium for sure now. David's going to drop down to P4, but it's going to be Trocker. He became champion out last time. He's going to win again here in Abu Dhabi to close out the season. It's a win for Trocker. Toby and Michael gets P2, Sten P3, so it's a double Mercedes podium. David in P4, Rihad in P5, Jug in P6, Rox in the end P7. As a 20-second time penalty for David. David with the 20-second time penalty out of nowhere drops him down to P8 in the end. And so Rock actually goes up to P6, but having made a mistake, he looked like he possibly could have gone on to challenge for a podium, but made a mistake out the penultimate corner, causing him to spin out. Ends up P6. Connor, with a good drive in the end, trying the one stop, ends up in P7. As Farico, here we go, Farico. He's doing some donuts. No, Farico did the donuts again, I didn't catch it. That's Farico. Champion of Tier 2. And it's a full house for Mercedes. Well, almost a full house for Mercedes. It's a full house of Drivers' Championships. Tier 1 as he spins on the final corner. But Farico will finish this race in P10, but will finish the season a Tier 2 champion. Trocker takes the win out here. With a great drive in the end. No time penalties in the end, which got him the win. But it's Farico, the Tier 2 champion, and Rishi, the Tier 3 champion. And that is SRL Season 6 over now. All tiers have driven now. And in the end, the champions will be Mercedes. In Tier 1, take the Constructors' Championship with Trocker. Takes first in the drivers. FaZe Pantera will take P2 in the Aston Martin. I think Michael will take P3 ahead of Lanzi. Rock, I think, is going to take Marcel, so Rock will move up to P5. Looking down the list, Sten could move up a couple of places. I think he's going to move up to P6. Anyone else that I'm looking for? Jug. I think Jug's going to have moved up a couple of places as well. But I don't think anyone else is going to move up. But Trocker takes Tier 1, Farico takes Tier 2, and Rishi takes Tier 3. And it's a Mercedes for Tier 1, a Mercedes for Tier 2. But for Tier 3, Alpha Tauri just getting Mercedes, meaning that they won't get the full house that they possibly would have wanted, but still an incredible season from Mercedes. Almost faultless from them. But in the end, it's Trocker. Driven so well this whole season. In the end, is going to come out on top by a huge gap in the end. With 222 points, I think. Possibly 223, actually. Which in the end is a 40-point gap ahead of FaZe Pantera. And so for Trocker, he'll be celebrating. But anyway, that is SRL Season 6 over. The next season will be on the new game, F1 22. And hopefully it can be just as good as F1. Hopefully Mercedes can be a bit nerfed, so it's not just Mercedes winning everything again. A bit like real life a couple of seasons ago, but oh well. That is going to be the end now. And hopefully we will see you all sometime soon.